Hey guys, I'm Al Washington, and welcome to my Mystical Laws podcast. I am here with two ladies. The first one is the director of marketing and the executive producer, Briar Somerset, and also co-publishing and producer, and I don't want to butcher her last name, Danielle Lazada?
Lanzarotta.
Lazada. Okay. All right. And we're going to be talking about their audiobook series adaptation, well-known Dracula. And I'm going to pass the mic over to Danielle and Briar if you'd like to say hey to everybody.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for having us.
Thanks for having
Sure.
us. Hi.
You're very welcome. So let's go ahead and get right into it, ladies. So what made you want to do an adaptation of Dracula? And let me say this to you guys. I did wanted to audition for this, but I told them that obviously I cannot do a British accent. I would love to do that, and it's a little off. I could see if it was a satire, but I simply couldn't do it. So unfortunately, I wanted to audition. I told them they were laughing. They're like, yeah, Al, I know. So I wanted to definitely audition for it, but I can't. My London accent is needs prayer. So anyway,
I'm
ladies,
sure it's probably better than mine.
right?
Same.
No,
It's fine. I just stay behind the scenes.
I hear that.
Yeah,
No, definitely.
exactly.
So definitely, but I tried. But hey, congratulations again. What made you guys want to do the adaptation for Dracula?
So it was one of those things that just popped into my head, and I could not stop thinking about it until I finally told Briar, like, okay, I have this idea to adapt Dracula into an audiobook multicast. And she was like, yes, let's do it.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
it was just one of those things that I couldn't stop thinking about it once the idea came. And
Right.
Yeah. It was an immediate yes. Danielle and Elysian are, wonderful to work with. And I know from working with her personally as an author, and I jumped at the opportunity. I was like, yes, this is going to be an amazing production. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm definitely glad. I can't wait to definitely glad to hear it. Fantastic. So
Mhm.
of course, not revealing too much on your cast, but so far, how's the casting process been for you? I mean, were you able to get the unique voices you're looking for? How's it going overall for that?
yes, but it was so difficult because we got so many amazing auditions. Honestly, I don't think we got one bad audition. They were
Mhm.
all great.
Wow. Mm.
And for Harker, we already knew we wanted for that role, so we did an audition.
Yeah.
We knew that we wanted Christopher Tester. That was automatic. Like, please do this. And he's like, yes, I'm in.
Right.
So
Okay.
it worked out there. And for the rest of the cast, we did an open audition, which was something that was new to us. Usually, we work with a short list. We know who we want for each character. We'll go from there. But doing an open audition was such an amazing surprise because we got so many new names, so many new to us people with amazing talent.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm definitely glad to hear about that. So, regarding the casting call, and you put on your producer notes, and I quote, the production is a human voice, human engineered with human creativity, no AI. So, with that being said, because I know with the AI, especially now everybody's using chat GPT, and I know we have to, embrace it, especially as creators. So, with that being said, do you think that those who are trying to use AI for every damn thing is going to destroy voiceover actors' careers?
Honestly, I don't think so.
No.
I think we should continue to push back and fight against the AI, but AI will never be able to copy the personality and passion the narrators have for for the roles that they play. So I personally, I don't think they have a lot to worry about. But again, we have to continue fighting against it.
Mhm. Yeah, and continue supporting human voices for sure.
Yes.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do as well. And I understand it's good for research, especially I know most people think like even when we Google stuff, that's even AI like technology, but at the same time, we don't
Yeah.
want human voices, like I said. And most
Yeah.
people are trying to use, I guess, AI to cut production costs because
Mhm.
it's I guess fast, efficient, I guess, and simply it helps the budget. But I really, because I'm working on hopefully later on this year, I'm working on my own another voiceover short vignette, and I definitely love human voices. I use sound effects, that's different, but I really
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
continue using
Yeah.
human voices, obviously.
And
So mhm.
And Brian can talk a little bit more about this, but there's
Right.
also the marketing aspect of it too,
Yeah.
because, when you have a narrator attached to a project versus the AI voice, you have that person supporting what you're doing. They have a fan base, they have people following them, they're doing interviews, they're doing face to face interaction and events.
Yeah, yeah, truly. Like nothing can replace that, like that human interaction, like especially in marketing, as well as, being in touch with your audience and knowing your audience and who you're marketing to, when you're doing something as simple as writing marketing copy. It is really important to, I guess, um, utilize the human like connection in all of these aspects of the arts in general, but certainly, in our, corner of the audio world. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. So, like I said, here, then I'm glad you put that in. Like I said, in the contract, because again, human voices only, no AI. Yeah, keeping it real and yeah, still love it in general. Is there a horror trope that you guys are looking to avoid using for your audio production for Dracula?
Oh, so I'm gonna take this question, being in charge of the sound effects and stuff that we put in there, but I don't know, like I feel like I have a concrete idea or mapping of the sound effects that I would like to use or portray. And it like for me it's pretty straightforward because this is it is an audiobook adaptation of the unabridged text.
Right,
So it's like it's something where we know the tropes of the book, and the original text isn't, say, romantic as other more recent or upcoming iterations of Dracula. But so far as avoiding, I don't know, Danny, do you
No,
know of
not
any?
really. Maybe we're avoiding the romanticizing the
Yes.
whole vampire thing,
Yes.
but that also comes along with the fact that, we're sticking to the classic.
Yeah, right, because it's like there are certain things that can be done even in, sound effects or directing the acting, for example, that will still lead that original text into like maybe like a romantic sort of view or perception.
right.
But that is not our specific goal with this project. It is to stay truthful to Stoker's world and intention as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Okay. I like that. So
Yeah.
what is one unique thing you're looking for your main narrator or your characters in general, like the tone, pacing? Sorry if I wasn't trying to make it look sound vague, but what is one unique thing
No.
you're looking for your character?
Oh. Um, I think so far as like pacing and stuff, they're like, especially with the um auditions, there was a certain sort of, what do you call it, Danny? Like a cadence to their voice, like a quality to
Yeah,
their
I
voice that
think
we were
a lot
just
of it is the bringing out the characters' personalities.
yeah.
That to me, that's one of the most unique things.
Yeah.
Like Lucy, for
Right.
example, we heard the narrator playing Lucy, and we're like, "Oh my God, she is
Like
the
she's
character."
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
And
All
same
right.
thing with Renfield. We heard it in his voice. Okay, he can play
Yeah.
the little crazy side of the character really, really well.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
exciting. I love the process. It's very exciting. Like I said, doing voiceover work. It definitely is exciting for you.
Mhm.
What got you guys started to create, and forgive me if I'm doing the pronunciation wrong, is it Elsing Nightfall Studios? El
Elysian Nightfall Studios.
yes, what got you
Um,
started?
So I am very specific about how I like to bring passion into projects.
Right.
Mhm.
And, I worked with a couple of companies before where I disagreed on things to the point where I'm like, no, I need to do my own thing. So that's how I created Elysian.
Mhm.
So, I could basically, be in charge of how things went and, make sure to keep passion as the most valuable thing in any project, because I also, in addition to producing, I'm also an author, so I come from both sides
Right.
and I understand what it's like, to have that work and put that into someone's hands and trust them with it. And for Briar, she's actually one of the authors that I produced for.
Mhm.
And then we started collaborating in projects like this, and we do have more classics that we'll be adapting in the future.
Yes, we're very excited.
I'm definitely excited for you. Yeah, definitely Dracula's a beautiful adaptation to do it. Absolutely. I'm definitely excited to um like I said, know about it and see where it's gonna definitely go with your casting overall. Absolutely.
Mhm.
How do you feel about the actors taking risk or improvising with the material to create more fear for your production?
So this with this project again, it's a little bit different because we're trying to stick to the classic as much as possible. But of
Mhm.
course, in their performance, that's where they're going to have the most creative control. And we're all for it. You know, if there's something you can do with your acting to bring more fear, just go for it.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
love to give them the opportunity to, create along the process. And for example, the Brides of Dracula,
Hmm.
there's no, it's limited the amount of information that we have on them. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have their names until the movies came around. That's when, they were assigned names and the kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we're giving the two narrators, they're playing the Brides of Dracula. One of them is playing two of them, the other one's playing one. We're giving them creative control over the accent that they're bringing in for those characters.
Absolutely. Okay,
Mhm.
definitely glad to hear it. So overall, how do you ladies feel for the production so far? I know you're excited. I know going to the casting call process, you got to go through. You said you got a lot of beautiful voiceover actors now. So how do you feel overall?
Oh, I think this is like it's going beautifully. This is my first time working behind the scenes on an audio production that's not specifically my own written work, and I am so impressed with Chris and Danny's just their professionality and like their brilliance on everything behind the scenes because now I get to know like what goes into the magic of making an audiobook come to life and bringing a text to life, and it's wonderful to be part of.
Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely truly a beautiful feeling for that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, ladies, I definitely want to thank you again for both definitely coming on my loft to talking about your new adaptation for Dracula. Do you want to let everybody know where they can find you, your website, any?
Yes. So for Danny, Danny, correct me if I'm wrong. It's ElisiaNightfallStudios.com.
Yes.
And then for myself, it would be BriarSomerset.com. And then for the production to follow overall, a great account to follow would be Elysian Nightfall Studios on Instagram. And the website is DraculaAudiobook.com.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Yeah, the DraculaAudiobook.com will be the first source for news, like
Yes.
the casting announcements and everything else,
Yeah.
teasers and
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you guys again very much for definitely taking the time to hanging out with me and talking about it. Can't wait. I definitely hope you get the talent you're looking for, and we can't wait to definitely when it comes to fruitation. So for that. And guys, thank you again, and I will see you guys next time.
right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thanks.
you're very welcome.